Good morning from Fast Company. Here's our daily look into what's driving today's creative business leaders. Discovering that a colleague with the same job title is earning more than you is never fun, though it is quite common. According to a global survey of 1,850 workers by resume building platform KickResume, 56% have discovered that someone with the same job at their company is earning more than them, and another 24% have their suspicions. Martin Paduska is the head of content at KickResume. According to Paduska, people are much less willing to discuss their salaries than we thought they would be. There's still quite a stigma around it. The weirdest thing is that we didn't identify a good reason for it. Paduska explains that compensation is far from a precise science, and that keeping the topic taboo only works to the benefit of the employer. The secrecy that surrounds it prevents organizations from coming up with more effective and more transparent ways of rewarding people, he says. In recent years, there have been efforts to mandate wage transparency in certain cities and states. For example, California, Washington, New York, Maryland, Colorado, and Rhode Island have had pay transparency laws on the books for years, and a handful more, including Illinois, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Jersey, and Vermont, added them this year. Calls for more robust pay transparency have even gone viral on TikTok, and the KickResume survey suggests Gen Zers and Millennials are much more willing to talk about their compensation than Gen Xers and Boomers. With more people sharing salary information, the research suggests many won't be happy with what they learn. Here's what to do when you discover a colleague is making more for the same job. First, don't assume the worst. Not everyone who found out that a colleague with the same job title was out-earning them took issue with it. In the survey, about 40% didn't really care what others were making, though the rest did. That includes 45% of women compared to just 33% of men, which may not be surprising given the gender wage gap. But that could be because there are a lot of reasons why two people with the same title may get paid differently, and that any discrepancies could be unintended, or simply reflect nuances in talent and market trends. These reasons could range from resume points like education and experience to differences in their responsibilities, even if they share a job title. Plus, those who are hired in a more competitive talent market also typically have more bargaining power than those who are hired in slower economic periods. Next, take a breath and do your homework. Discovering that someone with the same job title is earning more can provoke a lot of emotions, but a heated confrontation is unlikely to resolve the issue. While there are wrong moments to confront your manager, like immediately after finding out someone is earning more, there may never be a right time. If you want to talk to your boss about your compensation as it compares to your colleagues, scheduling an in-person appointment or bringing it up during a regularly scheduled one-on-one. And finally, test the market carefully. The most direct way to understand what you're worth is to test the market yourself. Even if you're not ready to jump ship, Vivian Garcia-Tunon, founder of executive coaching, leadership development, talent strategy, and advisory services provider VGT People Advisory, says sending out a few applications may be useful, as long as your negotiation doesn't become an ultimatum. Probably 8 out of 10 people will go test the market and see if they can get a job offer and then have the conversation with their manager, she says. It's a strategy that brings the individual more confidence, but there's a risk associated with it, which is that if you use it as a negotiation strategy, you have to be willing to walk. That other offer, in other words, may be a card you want in your back pocket heading into the negotiations, but not necessarily one you want to play. That's all today from Fast Company. Talk to you tomorrow.
SpokenLayer.